new Tesla truck, kind of in a way.
Kind of in a way, you know, I've seen 3 of those. I'm so excited every time
On the road?
I point them. Yeah, I point them out. Oh my God, I've seen 3. Man, that thing is, I'm not gonna lie, that thing's huge. That's a big truck.
How many parking could it fit one parking space?
That thing is like 2 cars almost.
It looked weird as fuck to me. Like that, like I've seen no real like practical use for this motherfucker. Like I get the concept of it fully.
Yeah.
Like this is just the first one out of a fleet of these motherfuckers they gonna have.
Yeah.
Like it's just like for me, like the Tesla truck doesn't really show no different than like what any of these other like type of trucks.
I think it's a little more aerodynamic. I think it's natural. I think it has like
fast.
Yeah, it might have some level of. I don't think you really would use it for speed, but I think it can carry some things. So there's always applications for this stuff. And people take things way too seriously. Clearly, Elon Musk is playing. You know, this is a concept, and they're seeing if it works. And if it works, great. If not, okay, no problem. You know, we'll change it up because this is deviant from his Tesla model.
Exactly.
This is extremely deviant. This looks like some like 3-dimensional prototype that wasn't supposed to happen in the first place. So the idea is that people, like I said, people take things way too seriously.
Right.
Hey, does this have an application? Yes or no? Okay, well, maybe it does, and maybe it doesn't. It doesn't really even matter in the first place. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
Right.
You know? So that's the whole idea.
Because I'm saying it's like, because me, I have a Ford, and like
it's nice.
Yeah, like for a truck, like it does everything that I need the truck to do. The Cybertruck, and it's like Elon saying like I can make a truck better than the people who've been doing it for over 100 fucking.
Totally not. I don't think he is either because electric Hummer. Look at electric Hummer.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying though, it's like from like multiple people, but I'm just saying it's like from Elon's own like mental perspective is you got to understand like because you got to agree like he's very like arrogant and selfish in his endeavors because like you only become the world's richest man being that way.
You invest your
like you really got to like not care about people at all in order to like get to a couple $100 billion. Like you got to
you invest in Tesla, and not everyone, but most people they'll invest in Tesla, they'll invest in SpaceX. You know, they'll invest in these companies a lot of times because of Elon. Yeah. They think they're investing in Elon because they believe in him. Yeah. And something like, what was that one company? Remember he made that little small random company where he sold the little flamethrower thing?
I forgot what that was.
You know,
yeah, like everybody had those flames.
Yeah, it was just like a one-time thing, but like he just has fun with it. And I think that's why he's so, you know, he's obviously and
I get that, like Elon, but it's like, just because you're great at SpaceX, you're great at engineering, you're great at the Neuralink shit. With Neuralink, you really got to see how that plays out. But it's like, just because you're great at those things don't necessarily mean you're great in an automotive like this. Teslas, when the first couple models came out, it was like, all right, when they had the Roadster and stuff, like I was like, okay, that's cool. Like just stick with that. But like when you like going into the trucks and then to like making like shit like, because I believe Elon's going to start making airplanes next to compete with Boeing.
He actually said, no. I think he is. Yeah, he might do the airplanes. What he said he's not going to do ever is motorcycles. Yeah. So you can count on not to do motorcycles. The idea is that I wanted to challenge your point for a bit because what I understand Elon Musk to be is not someone. See, I don't think you have to be this arrogant person, you know, to have all that money. You know, hey, that's what shows up because of the environment that you get put in and the type of person you might need to be with all of that money because, hey, people can take advantage of you.
Right. Oh, no, like you got it. Like I understand like having your self-protection in order like to, what I'm saying is arrogance is Elon believes that he can save the world. But if he can't be the person to save the world, like I say, if you or me comes up with the idea and whatnot, he's not gonna back it like how he would if it was his idea.
Well, sure.
Even though
everyone.
But like I'm saying though, it's like, but if your goal, if you're saying I want to save the world, if you're telling yourself is I'm the most clean energy guy, like this is what I'm doing to help keep the peace or whatnot, put your money where your fucking mouth is and actually show us that you're doing it. Like don't just sit back when like you see World War III on the fucking horizon, actually have a backbone and say, yo, guys, knock this shit the fuck off.
Well, he has.
Because, like, him, Bezos, a lot of these motherfucking multi-billionaire people have the ability to pull the plug on this shit like that. But we know, like, which we all know for a fact, they do. They're the lobbyists. They the ones who pay these motherfuckers.
No, they're not the lobbyists.
I wouldn't say that. Not Bezos.
But like most Shit, he can make some shit just.
There's people higher than Bezos. There's people higher than Musk. You know what I'm saying? Those
we don't-
the fucking like wealth families, like families who like
the trilaterals and stuff like that. There's those guys, and I would even argue there's guys even equivalent that you may not have heard of. So what really is being lacked here is perspective, because we don't know what Musk, we don't know what Bezos, we don't know what any of these guys are thinking or what they're doing or what's going through their head. We're looking at their actions and trying to make an assessment,
right?
You know, and it's really, really, really hard to make an assessment off of somebody you've never even met, you've barely even seen. Think about how often you've seen him. You only seen him on the internet. Right, exactly. So the idea is that, hey, as a millionaire, well, number one, to get to $1 million is an achievement. But when you first get to $1 million, you actually realize, you know, and I'm not a millionaire, so I'm not supposed to know this. But the idea is you actually realize that you're in kindergarten.
Yeah.
You know, because there's so much more to do after you get to the million. You got to get to 100 million. Yeah. You got to get to $1 billion. Okay, what's it like as a billionaire? Well, what about the responsibilities? So, hey, could they pour all their money and save Africa? Of course. You know, could they put all their money in poverty in America? Of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, people don't understand that the economy is a cycle.
Oh, yeah. I get that 1,000%. But it's like, if you're going to be that way, just be that in silence. Don't touch yourself as, oh, I'm the guy who's going to save the world. When if you're going to save the world, like I say, he's going to save the world how he wants to save it.
Sure. I mean,
in my opinion, like if saving the world in traditional sense is you putting the people first, not just yourself. And
well, if you see what I see that is, and I'm just telling you what my opinion is, what I see that is okay, he wants to save the world. Okay, well, saving the world on some landmark shit, this is a possibility he's creating. It's something that's possible. And it's something that very rarely could actually happen by himself, can he? No. So he needs some level of support from either the people, from either his team or whoever to be able to implicate that, because he cannot, obviously he can't do it by himself. And that's, if I was in his shoes, that's what I would do. Okay, I'm going to save the world. Okay, well, how are you going to do that? Oh, I want to do this, then the third. Okay, great. All right, well, hey, are you going to do it by yourself? Who are you going to include? Okay, well, I'm going to need this amount of people and this amount of people I'm going to need to. So it's when you talk about saving the world, you're talking about being selfless first. So this is why we can actually prove his, if you will, his unarrogance based off of his actions, based off his behavior, based off of who he's being. Who is Elon Musk being in these scenarios? You know, okay, oh, well, he was kind of cocky to make that truck. Well, hey, what if he was just messing around? What if he was just playing? So perspective is really, really everything here. And the more perspective you have, the more consideration, forget about perspective, the more consideration you have, the more I think you can really begin to understand where people are and what they're doing. And if you should take them as seriously as they may try to come off. Oh, that was really bold of him to try and replicate.
I mean, like, the truck costs like over $100,000 and they have to recall it because the pedal gets stuck.
Like, we'll put a picture.
That shit is like, you don't think he'd have pistol whipped up an engineer for that? Like, as much time and energy as
look at Ford,
like for the last, like, because that truck been like supposed to come out like before the pandemic, and I give him like the 3 years, like when it was like sidelined for that.
Well, the question is, how many of those trucks had the pedal not working?
Oh shit! They recalled at least 4,000. I believe they had like, I mean, how many of them in production? Like out on the road was like very small. Like I think it was like under 80,000.
Okay, 80,000. Right. So hey, if 4,000 have a pedal issue, you know, and this is what I understand, and my dad's gonna be clear about this because I have huge discrepancies with that too. It's like, wait a minute, Ford. What do you mean if I buy me a new Ford Sport or a Ford F-150 or whatever, that this is going to have some issues? It's like, wait a minute, you guys have been making cars for almost 120 years.
Right.
What are you talking about? You know, so the idea is that this is just how cars is. This is how cars go.
They're made to have faults and stuff.
Well, it's not even that they're made to have faults. It's like they don't even identify the faults until about 10 years usage, 5-year usage, 2-year usage, whatever, after the vehicle. The fact they're able to, I guess that Elon's able to pick this stuff up now and they're able to recall everything. Okay, hey, we tried that didn't work. Hey, go ahead and give us the car back. We'll do whatever. It's all a test.
But this is like a repetitive thing.
Okay,
especially
so real quick,
he'll promise the world to it, but then it will be like almost under delivered.
But at least he's doing it. You know what I mean? Like he under delivers, but he says he's gonna do it and he does it. And he's clearly a smart man.
You say that until you're the one who crashed in a damn car. Like,
but that's true. Such a small minority.
That's perspective, though.
But that's when it comes to like macroeconomics. Like, it's like you have to decide whether or not people make decisions every day about like, okay, when they're designing the freeway, they make decisions based on, where the exit goes and then based on traffic patterns and stuff like that. And they know a certain amount of people are going to die. because that's happened in the past. So that's just a pattern in years. And so they take that into account, and sometimes they'll have to make decisions that will maybe more people will die, like in that like area, but like on a larger scale, they don't die.
Cause like, it's like for construction, like maybe not, because like they got OSHA standards and stuff. So like they created that to prevent unsafe work environment.
Right.
So like what I'm trying to say is like, if you're known for creating a fucking rocket ship that can fucking fly up and re-land itself, a truck should be a simple feat for you, but obviously some shit happens.
So
It's like I probably have high expectations of a man, but it's like when the fucking media told you to be the fucking real life Iron Man. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, come on,
Sure.
you gotta face this scrutiny head
this
on.
is a personification. So this is what, but you know what's great is that this is what society does.
Yes.
This is exactly what society does, is that they'll think they'll see you do something, and then they'll hold you to the account in every area. And hey, is Elon Musk building a rocket ship mean that he's going to be an amazing soccer player?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is Elon Musk building a rocket ship, he's going to be an amazing plumber? You know what I'm saying? Like, so
that's
the
what Jesus ain't came back
association.
yet.
Right. And is he
That's what
building
Jesus
it?
ain't came back yet.
Is he
Sure, right.
Is he building it, or is he the one putting money into it? Because he's not the engineer.
I would say that he's definitely more than just the guy putting the money into it.
Oh, yeah,
because
he's definitely
that's an
he's on the
investor.
good side.
That's an investor.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Elon is very hands-on.
Well, he's the biggest shareholder of his own
Yeah.
companies, which makes sense because he believes in himself. But also, like,
No, that's
he
right.
hires people that, he doesn't care about their college degree. He doesn't care about, degrees, like how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
Now he cares about, like, okay, show me that you can help me. Like, show me something that you've made or done, like, in the past. I don't know how it works with rocket companies,
Yeah.
but, something along those lines where it's like, oh, okay, based off of this, I think it would be an asset to my team.
Kind of like anomalies, it seems. Kind of like anomalies almost, or
Yeah,
people.
and like I said, that's what happens with private interests. Like I said, like with the private sector versus like the corporate sector or like the government sector. Like say like with Jonte Porter, like I give you an example. The reason they found out Jonte Porter was gambling is because like that the amounts he put on there, and they hired like the NBA, they hired former FBI, CIA, DEA investigators in order to come work for them, in order to find these people. Like they'll, like, when it comes to, like, say you're the best in the field cracking safes, no matter what type of safe, manual, lock, digital, you can that motherfucker for 30 seconds or less. I would hire you, and I would pay you whatever amount of money you ask me, just because I want you on my team, so we can rob Eddie or like whoever else to get their safe. But if Eddie has just the amount of money to me or a little bit more than me, you could like go to him and be like, yo, like who you gonna go to? Type of situation.
Yeah.
Like we're saying, like with the open market and like your skill set, like I said, everybody gonna go where they're gonna go, like if it's legal or whatnot. Like depending on, like, even if it's illegal, because even like I said, cartel members, they will pay scientists and like fucking geologists, government officials, whoever, in order to get what they need to get off. Like it's just basic capitalism.
Right.
What I'm saying is, like, if you're gonna don't say one thing and then be another way. Like they said, like Elon Musk, his whole brand.
So you don't think he's trying to save the world?
I think he's trying to make a nice chunk of the world for himself, because like I really do believe like he can do a lot better good, like a lot more good than what he's doing. Like I said, with the rockets and stuff, that's cool. With Starlink, that's what's up. But it's like when it comes to these trucks and stuff like that, I'd say put that to the side. Try to like lobby so that you can make houses. Like we need a couple more cities out here, because a lot of these people are just broke, starving, need jobs. Like a lot of these companies ship all the shit that we really need out of the fucking country.
So essentially,
because our economy is like, I get like what you're like he's, because like I said, like he's making a truck, first truck ever, putting $100,000 price tag on it, but is it really worth $100,000, or is it just because Elon Musk Tesla name
right
versus what is actually?
It's the whole thing. It's really the brand. So the idea here, I think the biggest idea that needs to be had here is that number one, you have to understand the economy works. You have to understand how businessmen work too. All right. And I think that's the biggest thing about it, is that people don't really get how this world works. They see stuff and then they make assessments and assumptions. And that's, that's not the right way you should be doing things. If you want to live a successful life, you have to understand how the economy works.
Right.
If you want to be really, really successful, you have to understand how the economy works. You understand the economy is a big circle. There's a reason people are in the poor bracket. There's a reason people are in the quote unquote middle class bracket, which is technically not middle class, and there's a reason why people are.
Well, I understand, but you also have to understand, like, people within those brackets, like managerial class, like, there's some motherfuckers who just hold you back just because it's in their best interest to, like, would you say is being homeless? Like, LA homelessness is far more rampant than it is here in Detroit.
Of course, yeah.
Because, like I said,
people
can survive, and you can survive. But I'm just saying, it's like, what it is, the government there in LA, they've completely just fucking wipe their hands clean of the shit. They don't give a fuck no more, because, like, whoever it is that's getting paid on the government's budget to rectify the homeless situation, it's not in their best interest to rectify it, because as long as there's going to be a homeless situation, they have a paycheck.
Sure.
And that check could be like 60,000, 100,000.
Well, let's take a look. If we just stay in economics, if we look at how expensive it is in California, how expensive is it really to live in California? Like that, it is very expensive.
They don't build. That's because, like, they've passed legislation in the past to keep from building new houses, new high rises, new, like, apartment complexes, because, like, California is like, it's a 50-50 conservative liberal state, just like New York, 50-50. Like, they really, like, bump heads on it, like, because liberals, they're like, oh, we have to have these valleys open for let nature, yada, yada, yada. Conservatives like, no, we need the fucking space with state. Come on, grow up. Like, we gotta fucking expand. Like, even, like, but even, like, that comes at a price, because, like, when you overexpand, you, like, especially in the desert, because all the West Coast is a fucking desert.
Yeah.
With small oases in it.
It goes hand in hand. I would say that Republicans and Democrats are eating out of each other's pockets.
Oh, it's a fucking, like, they make it seem like it's one or the other, but really it's like they're both in on the shit. It's like,
of course, and it's a huge distraction. So
real quick, Eddie, what do you have? Like, do you have any dates coming up in terms of, like, where you're doing stand up or anything else? Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, totally. So every Friday and Saturday, obviously we do Tony Roney. So that's Starters Bar and Grill on Plymouth Road. It's right there. It's right there before you get to Evergreen, Plymouth Road. So we do that every Friday and Saturday. That's me and my dad, the Dirty Deacon. And then obviously every Wednesday we go to Mr. Maps. It's Maps Lounge on Wednesdays. So you can catch me. You can catch me at all those dates. We do have, like I said, we do have a couple other things showing up on that I'm probably going to be 2 and 2 too. Is I'm kind of just working on this. There's a lot of stuff I'm just working. I'm working on a lot of projects. I'm doing a lot of different things. So I mean that's basically about it. Obviously, they can follow me on my Instagram.
We'll put the link under in the description.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, all of that is basically what it is, and. Man, I've just been working, just trying to get, because the idea is you're just trying to get up, you know what I'm saying? So everything I'm doing is just to make sure I get up, and it's not about me, it's about supporting other people.
Yeah.
So it's totally about supporting you guys, it's about supporting other comedians. Yeah, totally. So that is what there is to offer, whatever it is. I don't care if we need to generate some money, see if we need to find a way, to get some funding, whatever it is. I want to be the guy to be able to create that stuff, because miracles really do happen.
Yeah.
Before you even get to a miracle, you just got endless possibilities and opportunities.
True, man.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't believe in miracles. Miracles very much do happen, and it actually is just based off of what you perceive a miracle to be. Right. Somebody might be in a really tight situation or a really bad bind, and what they need is a miracle or somebody to come out of nowhere, it seems, and kind of like, I
actually got a testimony of a miracle.
Yeah.
Shit, like a couple weeks ago, I was fucked up in the pocket, man. But God never forsake me. Went outside, I found another nigga wallet, had about $300 in there.
Yeah, that's an air horn right there. That's
shit, man. Like, my Lord never forsake me. Yes.
Damn, bro.
Like, I put his wallet in the mailbox, but shit, I had to get that fee, man. Like, oh hell yeah,
talking about the fee.
That's the Lord blessing for me. I don't know what the world that man did to get that money. It was all 20s, man. That's could have been in the streets or something.
That was theft.
Yeah, like I looked at the address, it wasn't nowhere around where it was at.
We're gonna edit this out. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. So anyway, after the armed robbery,
well, no.
No, but I mean, bro, at least you delivered his wallet.
Oh yeah, like so he get his information back, sure, because it's like you can take the L on some cash, but when it comes to standing in line to have to go get your motherfucking social security license and all your other shit back, like, and then it's like if you get your credit card and if it's in the fucking red, nigga, they ain't gonna give you new until you pay your shit off.
Hey, now you know the studio's bugged with FBI and shit.
Oh,
You know they're coming upstairs right now, right?
Oh my
They're
God.
coming upstairs right now.
Dave,
I'm
is
good.
this Dave?
I'm present on all my shit.
Open up.
And my credit score pretty good.
Dave's the man over there. He's our sound engineer.
Okay.
Shout out Dave. Shout out Eddie. Shout out Punchline Eddi. What do you prefer? Like,
You know, so I actually do a lot of freestyle. I've been doing some freestyling with a friend of
Oh,
mine.
yeah.
So I have like a different like music name. It's called Almighty.
okay.
With an X instead of the I. So like I said, I have a bunch of different names. But I mean, Punchline Eddi is fine. Just you know, I exist in this comedy world, so that's kind of where I like to exist in. No, that's kind of been what I am. You know what I'm saying? If it's not
Yeah.
Punchline Eddi, it's just Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Or Almighty. You know, that's like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
some music I'm working on with a friend of mine. And you know, I'm a man of many talents. So you know, that's
What we got, man?
I just had busted balls a bit. But with that being said, guys, thank you for listening. Have a good night. Peace.
all these people in all these places, the world is small. But me and art are like shoelaces and basketball. Hell yeah, we work like a paintbrush on a canvas wall. They blow you up to shoot you down, then watch you fall. Just say the word, don't act absurd. I see you shaking, I peep the shade.